Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Missy Elliott is a singular force of nature. The rapper, writer and producer has more than earned her famous iconic status with a successful career that's thriving. Decades after it began in a big way, now a recipient of the coveted MTV Video Vanguard Award, Elliott has secured a place for herself in the upper echelons of music reality. Despite the fact that she's undergone quite the stunning transformation, however, Elliott is still the same woman that she's always been. Extremely shy and very spiritual at the core, but that does not mean she lives like a pauper or shuns the paychecks when they come in. Far from it. Her car collection is the stuff of dreams, as is her real estate portfolio, her trophy cabinet and her wardrobe. But if you think you know everything about the Get Your Freak On rapper, you might be surprised that there are still quite a few things to discover. So without further ado, this is the untold truth of Missy Misdemeanor Elliott. When Missy Elliott first burst onto the music scene, she made a huge splash, but that does not mean she had it easy. Quite the opposite, as she's a woman of color who is not obsessed with being skinny. So when she received the 2018 Essence Black Woman in Music Visionary Award, she told her black female audience how valuable they truly are. I want all of you women in here to know that you are beautiful. So implored in the speech, you gotta believe in yourself, because there are going to be times that people tell you that you can't do it or you don't look the part, but I am a walking testimony. Even though Elliott has struggled because of her race, she would not trade it for the world, and it's shaped the woman she's okay. We are survivors, and once we know that, we are unstoppable, she proclaimed in an interview with Ellie. I always said I would not be no other color, because if there's one thing about us we never really had, but we know how to survive. Even though Elliott has struggled because of her race, she would not trade it for the world, as it shaped the woman she's okay. We are survivors, and once we know that, we are unstoppable, she proclaimed in an interview with Ellie. I always said I would not be no other color, because if there's one thing about us we never really had, but we know how to survive. When Missy Elliott gets absorbed in her career, it's quite easy for her to forget to stop and smell the roses. She also did not realize for a long time just how creative she was, or what kind of impact she would have on other artists. I was just going, she recalled in an interview with Marie Claire. It was not resonating what was happening. That includes both performing at the Super Bowl in 2015 and doing carpool karaoke with Michelle Obama in 2016, neither of which are Fortunately, Elliott was able to find time to reflect on all that she's done, and she can see just how innovative she truly is. Now that I have had a chance to slow down, I look back at stuff, and I look back at my video 1999, and at the time I did not even think about it, she continued. But I look at it now and I'm like, this is still so many years ahead. It's really is Missy. If you ask Missy Elliott just how her fame and fortune came to be, she would not say it's something that happened to her. Rather, she would instead explain that her success is something that she herself manifested. It's funny because I was just telling somebody that everything I have done, she revealed in an interview with Marie Claire, and that's how powerful the tongue is. Using words to make her dreams come true started early on for Elliott, who used to pretend to speak with her favorite entertainers in her girlhood bedroom. I used to sit in the house and act like I was having conversations with Janet and Michael and Madonna and whoever, she continued. I then would go and say my thank yous for award shows that I had not made it to yet. I had speeches and I would be in the mirror thanking my mama. Of course, Elliott does not have to do that anymore, as she gets to do it for real on the reg. According to info from Celebrity Net Worth, Missy Elliott probably is not worried about how she's paying the rent. She's reportedly worth $50 million, which is quite a bit of cash. However, long before she had those millions, she knew that she would be rich one day and told her mother. So when she was a child, I told my mother, I'm going to buy you a house and I'm going to buy you an elevator in case your legs start hurting, she shared in an interview with Marie Claire. And she would laugh and be like, alright, okay. Little did her mother know that Elliott would make good on that promise one day, something that Elliott is extremely proud of. When I got my first check, I did not even buy myself a house first, she continued. I bought my mother a house, put a Bible in the soil and built it from the ground up. Now that is the dream realized. In 2015, Missy Elliott checked a big item off her bucket list. She performed in the halftime show at the Super Bowl, one of the biggest stages out there, and thought Elliott was extremely excited to join Katy Perry on stage. She was also incredibly nervous to the point she had to seek medical care that night. The night before, I ended up in the hospital for having an anxiety attack, she confessed in an interview with The Guardian. I think any artist who has had a break such as that one would be anxious. She added that Patty had had encouraged her to perform new article, but she was unsure if the crowd would remember her old material, so she held back. As if we could forget, anxiety is not a foreign concept to Elliott, who often gets nervous when she's about to put new music out. I'm always anxious whenever I drop anything because you just never know if they are going to get it, she continued. So I am always biting my nails and pacing the floor. One of Missy Elliott's most famous looks in the giant inflatable black costume that she wore in the video for The Rain and wore again at the 2019 MTV Video Music Awards. Well, it turns out that the getup had a real purpose besides just looking cool. To me, the outfit was a way to mask my shyness behind all of the cause of the look, she explained in an interview with LA. Although I'm shy, I was never afraid to be a provocative woman. Elliott also drew strength from the outfit, which set her apart. The outfit was a symbol of power. I love the idea of feeling like a hip-hop Michelin woman, she continued. I knew I could have on the blow-up suit and still have people talking. It was bold and different. She added that she's always been creative and innovative in her own way, which is unparalleled by anyone else. No lies detected. Thanks for watching. Like, share and comment.